Hello, 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 and happy Monday, Mojito Monday.
It's
My
Mojito
name is
Mondays.
Mojito Mondays, baby. My name is Michael Brazil. This is the Win Daily Sports Show. I have my man Ghost as always. We have our incredible special guest, Adam. Still don't know how to say your name. Strangest. Please don't correct me. I like this. It's kind of a mystery for me as well. No, Adam's a good dude. We always love what he's doing over here. Writes our cash game breakdown every single day. So if you want to cash an NBA DFS, he, did a lot of stuff for the NFL season. Not sure if you guys heard. Sticks won another 180 grand, but whatever. That's not neither nor there. We are here to help you tonight in NBA DFS. We got a gigantic game. We have a gigantic slate. I actually think we lost a game too, if I'm not mistaken. One game was postponed, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. So it made our life a little easier. But this has been a day full of news and excitement and fascination and almost cursing on live streams from our friend Brian at Two Lock Sports. So that's always fun too. So Adam, we'll just start with you. How you doing today, buddy?
Better than Ghost running the model, because this poor guy has had to update this thing about 8 billion times already, and it's only 5:45, so God only knows what's left before lock.
I can't wait. That is honestly though, how cool is it to get real news before, like, 15 minutes before lock, or at least an hour before lock? Ghost, doesn't that make your life even easier?
Like, yeah, I guess it's like the silver lining, but at this point I'm just like, I'm trying to follow everything while updating it while being on here too, on top of that. And now we just got news that Kemba Walker is also ruled out. So it's just one of those days, man. It's Mojito Mondays. You'll love to see it.
Honestly, Ghost, if I could, I would send you a mojito up to Canada. I don't know how to physically do that, so it might be difficult. But if I could, I would. I promise you that. If you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button, as those YouTubers love to say. Make sure to please throw us a subscribe. We appreciate our friends over here at HNB Media TV. Please also get in the chat. That's my favorite part. Probably not Ghost's favorite part today, but he loves it no matter what. We promise you that. Adam's great at answering questions as well, so make sure to hop into there. As we told you last time, show's going to be a little bit shorter because obviously a lot of shit's going on. But we are going to be going over every single game, giving you some news updates, giving you some betting lines, and talking a little bit about the fantasy plays in there. Make sure to follow him at Bucking for Life, him at DFS_Ghost, me at Michael Brazil 1, and us at Win Daily Sports, all in the Twitter verse. All right, gentlemen, let's start with it. I don't know how much news came from this game. Adam, we'll start with you. Charlotte Hornets at the Orlando Magic. Magic are actually favored by 1.5 points. Nikola Vucevic, is he in or is he out? I think that's the game we're going to play today. I'm just going to throw a random guy out there and see if he's in or not.
It's funny because the only bit of news that we have, at least at this point, is Aaron Gordon is in. He sat yesterday. I mean, for whatever reason, Vucevic is kind of chalky tonight. It looks like it might be. I don't get that at all. Like, even in cash games, there's so many better options. I'm not going Vucic's route. And I mean, other than like Gordon Hayward, this game doesn't interest me a ton for DFS tonight.
And, hey, I think we're going to get a little bit of that, especially with everything. It's kind of nice that we know that Aaron Gordon's playing.
Yeah.
So maybe if we got him ruled out, that would make Vuce a little bit more accessible, a little easier to get to. But anything for GPP for this one?
I mean, I think it's probably just Hayward, because I don't necessarily think a lot of people are going to live in that kind of mid-range, upper mid-range and at forward tonight. So Hayward's never really owned that much. I don't think tonight's gonna be any different, and he's definitely flashed some serious upside in certain games.
Absolutely. You'll love to see it. I just want to shout out our man Brian. Said he was done with NBA. Right back at it. Get right back on that horse, Brian. We appreciate the heck out of you. Quick question, we'll throw it to you guys. Is Howard tonight's Cousins? Ghost, you were all over Cousins the last time we did this thing.
Every single answer is the same one for me tonight.
Check them
I'm literally pushing updates every 30 seconds at this point. So it's whatever it tells me to do, it's exactly what I do on a nightly basis. But honestly, like this, where there's half the field has been ruled out, whatever it tells me to do, it's exactly what I'm going to do.
I love it.
I won't say Cousins, but you should play him.
Yeah, I don't expect a 2020 game there unless he's wearing a Superman cape and he's playing for the Magic again. There, I don't think Dwight's dropping 2020 anytime soon, but it's a smash spot for him.
Smash spot. We'll get to that game in a little bit, though, we promise. Philadelphia 76ers. Oh, wait. Yeah, right there. Philadelphia 76ers at the Detroit Pistons. Sixers are favored by 4.5 points on the road. Adam, I think Joel Embiid is out. Is that correct? Anything else from this game?
Yeah, Embiid's out. So, like I said, I mean, especially in cash, you're just probably going to eat the free square in Howard. I really can't see any argument to not He's only 4,200 on both sites, I believe. So even if you're not spending up at center on FanDuel, he makes a lot of sense on both. As far as the game as a whole, I know Blake Griffin's back, so that kind of lowers my interest in the Pistons. Jeremy Grant's kind of like Gordon Hayward. Like, you can always play him. I'm never really going to argue with you, especially in cash games, because he's got a safe floor. But again, past like Dwight Howard, I could see maybe taking a shot at Seth Curry with some extra shots available. He's still pretty low priced, but this isn't going to be a huge game for me either.
Love it. Ghost, I don't know. How do you want to be utilized in this live stream? I know you're doing shit. Do you want me to ask you questions?
Give me any questions you want. Yeah, of course. Any questions. I have it up in front of me too, so it's like real time back end information before it even gets to the site.
Love it.
So it takes like, I think we got. I'll actually check. I'm really curious. Like, shout out William for this one. He's the magic man behind the scenes there that does everything for us. We actually he's taken these push times to new height, and it actually only took 51 seconds to push a 10-game slate all the way to the site. So that alone, it's pushing a ton right now. I see it. I really get a notification every time it does. So
good.
Yeah, it's good.
I like that. I like that. Speed. Time is money, people. Playing Jeremy Grant in cash. Thoughts? Adam?
I'll take this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Adam, I guess? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, take it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Grant's always safe. He's turned into one of the offensive engines of the Pistons, which I don't really think I saw coming. I don't think a lot of people who watched him in Denver last year saw coming. The dude just never leaves the floor. He's 9th in minutes in the NBA. He's totally fine, but again, just not like a primary target for me. It's just somebody I'm not going to complain about if you land there.
Makes sense. Shout out Jeremy Grant, bet on himself, and now dude's making a lot of money. So you always love to see that. Last game before we get to the 7:30 locks, and then Ghost, I'm going to have a question for you. The Toronto Raptors at the Indiana Pacers. So everybody take Pacers money line because Ghost hates his team. Pacers are favored by 2.5 at home. Maybe just take the points then. You don't have to get too juicy with it. Over under sits at 217. Adam, who do we have out from this game?
Pascal Siakam was just rolled out as we were getting on. I would at least hope that would make them play Chris Boucher, but I don't know if that's a guarantee because it just never seems like it is for whatever reason. I don't know why Nick Nurse doesn't seem to like the guy. But I'll be honest, I mean, I look at it through the fantasy prism, not the real-life NBA prism a lot of times. And, I mean, when Boucher gets the minutes, man, he tends to smash, and you would think they need him with Sabonis on the other side, with Turner on the other side. I'd like to think he could get, close to 30 minutes, and especially on FanDuel where he's under 7K, that's a really nice compliment to your power forward position.
Love it. And Sabonis, triple-double. Go. You're good. I already got you for this game. You're fine, buddy. You have nothing to worry.
Bonus triple-double. Slam it.
Sabonis is going to hit a triple-double, walking triple-double. Joker-like.
He almost triple-doubled yesterday. He made one shot all game.
Wow.
And he almost triple-doubled.
That's actually incredible. We have a couple questions in the chat, but Ghost, I do have a quick question for you. So it doesn't seem like either of you guys are super heavy on these 3 games. Is this one of the slates where you would advise almost, maybe find the 1 or 2 plays you really like from those 3 games and then just give yourself that extra 30 minutes of time to really, again, wait for that news? Because clearly it's been coming hot and heavy today, Ghostman.
Yeah, I mean, my lineups were primarily starting at 7:30. Outside of a bit of Gordon Hayward, I know Adam spoke about it. I wrote him up today too. I never thought I'd be writing up Gordon Hayward. He's kind of that very meh play that I never get there. But it's just the minutes that are there for him. He's hit 38 minutes in 3 straight games, and in his past 7 games that he played 35 or more minutes, he's averaging 31 points per game. So this is a spot where, I don't mind Gordon Hayward in that mid-range, but I'm living and dying by the stars and scrubs now with the amount of guys that are out. You just playing in the mid-range today, there's a lot of good spots, and there's one spot that I just can't get away from in one of the later games. So that's okay, but I'm not going to talk anybody off of it. I'm even doing it myself in my main lineup right now. I have a guy that I'll love to talk about in one of these later games in the mid-range, but playing in the mid-range today is you're playing a risky game, especially with the amount of value that opens up. So Gordon, yeah, right.
Do it. You got it. He was on
for me, it's even Dwight and GPPs is going to be a strong play, man. He's so cheap, and I'm really curious to see where the ownership lands on FanDuel. You could only play one center there, so I feel like a lot of people are going to go double center on DK. You have guys that we'll talk about in a little bit. Harry Giles is min price. Dwight Howard's like 4K. You have pay up option and Bam Adebayo, who to me is all three of us agree that he's still one of, if not the best play on the entire slate. Even with all this news shifting, let people overreact to that. Focus on the main plays there. So I'm gonna have a ton of double center out there in these first 3 games. If I could limit it to like maybe a handful of guys, it would be Gordon Hayward, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, Dwight Howard, Norm Powell, and obviously Sabonis. That taxes and Domantas Sabonis. So
love it.
I'll throw a 5+1 because Sabonis doesn't even count. I'll mention him every single slate. So
yeah, that's true. If you listen to the show,
not much exposure to these early games. I'm gonna try and buy myself with that extra half an hour and probably just end up locking in Dwight depending on what the next update tells me, and then move on from there.
I'll throw in Fred VanVleet into that mix too.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry's out, right? No, Kyle Lowry's in.
Lowry's in, Siakam's out.
This is going to be fun, boys. This is going to be fun. All right, let's go back to the chat for a second. William, what's up, buddy? FanDuel thoughts. Irving Curry, SGA, Diallo, and Anunoby. Holiday, Bam, Giles, Howard.
Yeah, I can get down with that for sure.
Love it.
There's so much value that playing all those studs. Like it's ridiculous. I love it.
Single entry, $12 DK, Dame Diallo, MVP, and Anunoby, AD, T Bradley, cheaper, less chalk, probably same points tonight as Dwight, Chef Curry, so that's the older one, D Jones, Justin Jackson, EV pivot off OKC for Roby Dort's chalk. Adam, thoughts?
I mean, Justin Jackson's not a guy that's on my radar unless Ghost and the model tells me differently. But past that, I mean, it looks fairly strong. I mean, Bradley's a risk. If I remember correctly, the last time Bede was out, he only played maybe 10, 12 minutes. He played a lot less than we thought, if I remember correct. I could be wrong on that, but he was kind of a disappointment the last time.
Yeah, that's 100%. That's 100% accurate. So, people kind of overreacted to I think it was the second game. Bede was out. Bradley and Dwight kind of split these 20 minutes, but that's because Dwight Howard had 5 fouls in 15 minutes. So
love it.
I don't really see Dwight fouling out versus Mason Plumlee. That's for sure. Yeah, he was channeling his inner John Collins. So
love it. Here's a fun one. Thoughts on Harden over 10 passes? If I can bet on that, I'm interested. Adam, how do you feel about
it?
Yeah.
That's in French. I told you. Assist in French is des passes.
Oh, I forgot.
It's thoughts on Harden's over 10
I was like, wait a minute, 10 passes?
Yeah, that's French.
That's going to be like minus 500.
Guys, that's on me because most of that sentence was in English. I should have known that last word passes. It's also English. It wasn't French. So I'll take the L on that one. So Ghost, please enlighten us. How do you think about that?
He's leading the league in assists right now, and he's being that primary distributor to Kyrie and KD. So I would like it better if it was like closer to 8.5, 9.5. 10 is a little much for me. If it's at 9.5, I'll take the over. If it's at 10.5, I'm not touching it.
Love it. Here's just a question. We're going to throw it into the ether. So if we get anything, some good player props for tonight. I think while we're doing this, we might come up with a couple. Adam, you got any? You're usually good for a Kyrie PRA over. There, I took it. You can't have it.
I haven't really looked yet. That was going to be what I did when I got off the stream because I was fixing lineups before we got on, just so I had a better idea. But spots I know I want to look at is Bam, PRA, Steph, probably PRA, maybe made threes, although it's been sitting at 4.5 constantly, which, look, even for Steph, betting 5 threes in a game, it's not something I typically like to do. I'm trying to think of something else that I could go grab, but I don't have anything in mind right now.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. If we think of anything, we see anything, that's what the model's for. 2, FanDuel GPP, Luka Brunson, Diallo, Iggy, Ingram, Anthony, Thomas, Adebayo, and Joker.
I'm not playing Tristan Thompson tonight. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
There's so much value available that I'm not playing Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, I mean, past that, I think we could probably still find something better, but the rest of it I like.
Love it. Chris Boucher lost Ben some money. No, actually, Nick Nurse did. Love it. Who else we got? What do we got? Stars and Scrubs. How do you guys feel about Teague with Kemba and Pritchard on FanDuel? Ghost?
Yeah, I did see that he got a huge bump there. So I'm kind of I have it right in front of me there. So I'm seeing on the back end, might not be on the site just yet, but he did get a big bump with Kemba being ruled out. I don't know if I could get there at the price.
OG with Siakam out. I guess we have to go back to Ghost. Sorry,
Team OG. I'm always Team OG. I've written him up. I think it must be at least a week in a row now, and I continuously play this guy at sub 10% ownership, and he just constantly has a flame emoji on DK. So he leads the NBA in steals at 2.2. Like I don't know if people kind of sleep on his defensive ability on the wing out there, and now with Siakam out, I'm so happy that Siakam got ruled out too, because it's word for word what I wrote. So like with the thing with OG is that he has a safe floor based on his rebounding and his defensive stats alone, especially with how long he is on the wing, and he could steal on ball and he could steal off ball too, like in intercepting passing lanes. Now you take some of that Siakam usage and it shifts over to, obviously Lowry and Van Vliet get a slight bump, but it's a bigger bump to Norm and OG as well. So if I could get OG, 10 to 12 field goal attempts instead of that 5 to 6 range, and he gets to the 12 to 14, maybe even 20 point range, it could be a ceiling game for OG here.
OG. I will never forget that pass in that 3 Ghost.
That was nuts. That was pretty crazy.
All right, let's move on. We got a million games, guys. We're going to get to all your questions. I promise you that's my favorite part, so we can't let that die. Miami at Brooklyn. Brooklyn's favored by 7. Brooklyn also doesn't play defense. I don't know if you guys saw, somebody lined up all the games that the Cavaliers played, and 2 of them did not look like the others. The games where they scored like 130 points against the Brooklyn Nets. Granted, one was double overtime, but still, I think the next highest game was like 106. So alarming to say the least. Adam, we'll hop to you. Who's out, and which of the big 3, or all the big 3, or any of the big 3 are we locking in?
Yeah, I did see that stat. I actually threw it in chat. So once again, you ignore me in chat. That's fine.
I did actually. I was totally on Twitter, so I apologize. I 100% did not see that.
But
if it's not Sia, he doesn't read the message on him.
Apparently not.
Can't blame me. Sorry, dude.
I'm not giving him round 1 winners, so I can't talk. No, but for the Heat, it's kind of status quo. Butler's not back yet. So it's Dragic, it's Nunn, it's Bam Adebayo. And I texted these guys, I know Brian mentioned it. I texted these guys last night that Bam dropped 60 in a game that we all loved him in. It's the exact same spot, and DK did not move his price even $100. And like Go said, I think he's one of, if not still the best play on the slate, even with all the news we have.
I love it. Play Bam Adebayo. I think that was pretty easy. And I don't know what Kyrie's PRA is. And I'm going to be very upfront honest about that. But after the show is over, I am going to take the over. I don't know what it is. It could be 55. I'm taking the over because whatever that guy does, he shoots a lot and he makes a lot of baskets.
I text you. We went 3 for 4, and you hit me with I didn't get it in time. I was actually devastated.
I didn't get one of them in time.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was the all 4 of them.
No. It was the Rockets. I didn't get the Rockets. You told me Rockets money line. I didn't get that one in time, unfortunately. But whatever, it worked out. I still made money. Also, thanks. See ya. Let's move on. Lakers at the Cavs. Revenge game for somebody? I don't know. Lakers are on the road, favored by 11.5 points. Total sits at 214. Yuck. Adam, who is out? I'm assuming both LeBron and AD are questionable, but are them going to play?
I mean, they're the Patriots questionable. There doesn't seem to be much fear of them missing the game. Larry Nance is out for the Cavs, which honestly kind of makes me even more interested in AD. Not that like Larry Nance is going to lock him down by any stretch. It's not what I'm after, but it's still one less big that they can throw at him. And Ghost has been on this for probably at least a week. There's going to be a slate where Davis just goes bonkers and breaks it, and he's going to be 9,200 like he is tonight. And we're all going to go, why the hell didn't we play Anthony Davis and lock him in at 9,200? He went for 55 DK last game against the Bulls, and I believe for like 27 minutes. I think the Cavs might be able to keep this one a little bit closer than Chicago did. And if they do, and he gets fourth quarter minutes on top of it, he could post the highest score of the night. It wouldn't be all that surprising because there's not a soul in that damn team that's going to stop him.
I know we're not supposed to make lineups out of potential blowouts, but when the spread is this high, it does make it difficult. As you said, you think it's going to be a little bit closer, which is a good thing for us. But at the same time, it's definitely something we can't plan for at all times. Ghost, anything on LeBron going back home? Maybe we can play that song. That's always a fun song. Everyone loves the song.
The last time we played it, I forget who we played it for, but they absolutely smashed.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But it's a good spot for Braun. I like AD's ceiling a little bit higher here. You take a look at this Cavs loaded front court now. It's not so loaded when you're going up against Anthony Davis because Andre Drummond could get into foul trouble rather quickly. Jared Allen just doesn't play defense. was one of the best defenders on the Nets because you see how bad their defense is now.
How scary is that?
This guy still doesn't play D. So I don't really think they have a matchup for AD there. And when he gets on these rules where, he's shooting 14 for 21, LeBron just keeps feeding him in the post. So it's really tough for me to end up choosing which Lakers star I want in my lineup. Right now I'm leaning AD, but I also duplicated that lineup. I purposely put Anthony Davis in the forward spot, and I just swapped it out with LeBron. So
yeah, nothing wrong with that approach at all.
Yeah, I mean, hey, LeBron, old team. I'm sure he's got
LeBron
debts or some shit. I don't know. Let's go back to the chat for a little bit. We still have a couple more games to get through. FanDuel thoughts, McLaughlin. Adam, help me out.
Sure, McLaughlin. We'll go with that.
Sarah, Steph, Iggy, Levine, Osman, Mello, Bam, AD, and Howard.
The only two that kind of scare me are Chetty and McLaughlin. I think we could work at those two spots. I really like the rest. I mean, Levine, that's gonna be a spot where nobody's gonna really play him. I don't think. I think the highest people go as far as shooting guard on FD might be SGA.
Interesting. Let's go down to our friend Alex. FanDuel GPP, the Don Dame, SGA, Powell, Fournier, Mello, Boucher, Prince, Howard. How are you feeling about that one, Adam?
I might want somebody else than Prince in that spot. I'm not sure how much salary you have to work with or exactly what's down there. I feel like we can get a better value than Prince.
Interesting.
I don't really like going against the Lakers front court.
Yeah, considering Anthony Davis, essentially perennial defensive player of the year candidate. Right. I'm stuck on this 2v2 cash. Stephen DeLon Wright or Ben Simmons and Marcus Smart. How do you feel about that one?
I'm always going to take the Steph side.
Don't worry, Ghost. You are too. So keep doing your thing with the model.
I'll score Simmons and Smart. You don't even
There you go, Ben. You should have known the answer to that one as well, though. Here's an interesting one. Thoughts on Carson Edwards as a value with Kemba out? Bulls can't defend guards. Bulls can't defend. Start there. We love picking on their front court, too. So, Ghost, how about that one? Talk to me. How do you like that one?
I'm not going there. There's so many guys getting spot starts that, when we're talking about guys that are starting and, getting minutes versus, guys like PJ Dozier versus coming off the bench, possibly getting more minutes. Said to avoid the Cam Johnson landmine the other night, which that worked out tremendously well because, again, Jay Crowder ended up playing more minutes than Cam Johnson. So, but honestly, like this, it's not like you have, Jeff Teague starting and Kemba on a minutes limit or anything like that. Like it's like, they literally don't have anyone behind them. So I'm sticking to starters as much as possible in this spot, just because it's not a case where, Crowder's coming off the bench now in favor of Cam Johnson. Is he going to play more minutes than him? It's like, no, like there's literally nobody behind these guys. Nobody is behind Hamidou Diallo. Nobody's behind Dort. Like nobody. So it's really hard for me to get behind a punt like Carson Edwards.
Love it. Shout out Carson Edwards for that one time in the March Madness tournament. That was bonkers.
That was nuts.
GPP, Kyrie Smart, Uwudu. I think I got that wrong. D Jones, Bam, Damon Lee, Roby, Joker.
I can get behind that. I mean, the Windu's been popping in the model pretty much all day. So is Damian Lee, much to Brian's chagrin when he did his video. But I mean, it has Kyrie, it has Bam, it has Joker. I'm having a tough time saying no to that.
It does get pretty hard at that point. DK GPP, Kyrie, Brunson. We said no to Brunson already. Come back to us. Joe Harris, Carmelo Anthony. Thank you for that. Thank you. Appreciate it, Mark. No need to give us the C there. Curry, Roby, Giles. Adam, outside of Brunson, which Ghost already talked about a little bit, how do you like the rest of it?
I can't do Joe Harris either. Not when all three guys are active.
That makes sense. It's going to be difficult. Why should he get any shots, honestly? Here's just an interesting season long. We always love to see it. Dennis Schroeder for DeLon Wright. Interesting.
I don't play a ton of season long, so I'll defer to
Is it categories or fan points?
Come back to us, Red Light. All right. DK Cash, Steph, Brunson, Diallo, OG, Bam, Bledsoe, K. Johnson, Howard, Adam. Go.
I probably wouldn't. We need to work on the Brunson, Bledsoe, Johnson trio. Everything else looks great. I don't know if I'm exactly in love with those three guys.
Check the model. Here's just another one. Fade Bam at 9,600 on FanDuel.
Not with the amount of value that's open.
Yeah, it's honest. When I wrote the cash article last night, I kind of mentioned like AD and guys like Bam might be a little bit tough to get to, but like Bam's right at Sabonis, he's right at Tatum. He's still the best play out of that kind of grouping. So it's pretty easy to go Bam and then go a cheap guy like a Roby or something like that at power forward.
And here we go. Denzel. We can trust Adam's core and the rest just build it with the model. God damn, you guys figured it out.
I mean, I hope so.
You guys figured it out.
That's what we do on a nightly basis with our own money. So
literally.
Exactly.
And here we go. Kyrie is 34.5 PRA. My goodness, gentlemen. Let's make.
Oh my God, he's going to score 30 points.
I was going to say he's got 30 in his body by himself.
Right.
All right, let's get back to.
Yeah, I can't access the comments. You got to pull up Rocker's comment right now. Rockers before we go to the next game.
Oh,
LeBron or the PP God.
Always PP God, bro, in the captain spot.
Let's go, James Rocker. We love you a lot, Rocker. We love you a lot. All right, let's head back to some of these games. Still have 5 left to talk about quickly. Denver Nuggets at the Dallas Mavericks. Nuggets are 2-point favorites on the road. Adam, I mean, do you want to just start pouring honey all over yourself while you talk about them, or what do you want to do here? How do you want to do this?
Big Honey and Luka. It's a dream spot, and honestly, I kind of wonder if it's going to get overlooked a little bit. Like with all this value, as much as I've pumped up Bam and I'm going to have the vast majority of Bam shares, I will definitely have a Luka versus Joker lineup tonight. It's easy to do at this point.
Yeah, at this point, especially with all the value. Is there anybody out from this game that we should know about? How's KP doing?
No, I think other than the Dallas guys who have been out with the COVID situation for probably a week, 10 days now, everyone's pretty healthy. Porzingis should be in. Michael Porter Jr.'s back. I think everyone's in and locked and loaded here.
Yeah, it actually has one of the higher, not highest, but a higher point total of 224. Most of these early games, I mean, the Nets, their point totals can be insane. It's at 236 right now.
I was going to say it's probably like 300.
Yeah, it should be at this point, honestly. But the rest of them, 224 is actually pretty nice. Let's move on. San Antonio Spurs.
Joker to triple double. The pizza better than night. Joker to triple double.
Dude, that's like every night.
Joker to triple double plus 350.
Plus 350. Oh, I'm definitely
plus 350.
Yeah, I wrote that down. I'll make sure to lock that bad boy in. There you go. There you go, boys and girls. To make some money with us. San Antonio Spurs at the New Orleans Pelicans. Pelicans are favored by 3 points at home. Over under sits at 223. Who's out? Why are the Pelicans favored in this game? I mean,
maybe it's just back to back for Spurs and travel.
That makes, I guess.
That would be.
Average of that team is like 65. So
that's true.
These are probably real sore from this game.
That's a fair point.
That is true. Anybody else out from this game, or are we pretty? Everything looks good so far. Say it again.
I love DeJounte Murray in the spot.
Have you always loved DeJounte Murray?
DeJounte Murray is an absolute stud, and they dropped this guy's price by $1,000. They're triple doubling, bro. Put some respect on my man's name. This is absolutely makes no sense. Going up against Zoe, going up against Bledsoe. I was talking about that mid range that I can't get away from. DeJounte Murray 6,500 DraftKings is in my main lineup right now, and there's no way I come off of him.
And Aldridge is dust. So that's one guy kind of down.
The average age of this team is like 65.
Yikes!
You'll be lucky.
Most of it's Rudy Gay.
Like maybe, like Rudy Gay, Aldridge. All these guys are like 100 years old. So giving DeJounte Murray on a back-to-back. It
really is something. All right, 3 more games. Let's get back to the chat for a second. Guys, we're going to be done here in about, I'm going to say 6 minutes. FanDuel GPP. Nope, we did that one. Sorry. Awesome. We can trust Adam. Quarter start. Bam, Shea, Gordon. Shea is out, right? SGA is out? Yes. People are telling me in the chat, SGA is out.
Did he just get
no. Stop with that.
I have, Shea is out, then ignore what I said.
Oh, I was going to say, I haven't seen that.
Oh, okay.
Shai is out? Like Shia LaBeouf is out?
What?
Never mind.
Ghost needs to leave.
I said Shia LaBeouf is out? Is it Shea or Shia LaBeouf?
What's the difference?
Listen, we've got enough.
Shia LaBeouf was in a movie with Megan Fox, so
he's already winning at life.
He's already winning.
Good for him, man. Good for him. Here's a good question. I have a FanDuel qualifier for the alley-oop. Any suggestions? Read Adams core 4 and then use the rest for the model. That's my suggestion.
Go 2 stud power 4. If there's a spot to get different tonight, and all other power, it depends. How big is the qualifier? If it's really big, If it's really big, I would get off of Dwight Howard. If there's a
Yeah.
spot to be different tonight, it's the center position. Everybody's going to play Dwight Howard. If it's only like, if it's one of those higher entry, smaller qualifiers, then you have to play Dwight Howard. But if it's a really big qualifier where there's thousands and thousands of people, the one spot that I would get different tonight would be at the center position because everybody's going to play Dwight Howard now. Everybody.
And you could maybe just go up a few $100 and play James Wiseman.
Yeah.
That'll be different. 14.5 for OG. This seems a little low. I think we got his PRA at 18.5 and he hit it in like the third quarter. So I don't know. What do you think, Ghost?
I'd have. Grab the PRA if you can. If the PRA is under 20, take that. 14.5 raw. I rather stay away from that just because Lowry's in. That kind of
he'll get like 8 rebounds and like 3 assists.
Well, that's exactly it. Like grab the PRA at that point. So
Drea, here's a good question. Any value from the model that we should avoid?
Honestly, I'm not in a position to answer that question right now just because I'm going back and forth. But I'll pop in Discord in the next 15 minutes to kind of circle out which ones that really stand out to me.
Definitely Stin and out. Simmons, Brogdon, Ellington, Van Vliet, Gordon, Miles Bridges, Bam, Tice, Howard, FanDuel. A lot of names we haven't heard. Adam, how do you feel about it?
I mean, the Simmons and Brogdon combo is totally fine. If this is cash, I'm probably okay with it, but I really feel like Steph Curry's kind of necessary in cash night on either site.
Steph.
I would probably try and work around the Simmons Brogdon combo.
There we go. Steph, Teague, Levine, love it. Diallo, OG, Melo, Bam, Zingis, Howard, FanDuel. Adam, thoughts?
As long as the model signs off on Teague, and I know Ghost had just said he just took a big jump, that's fine. I might come down off Levine in cash because I don't think he'll be popular. I don't think you need to go that high. And if you have the money that the power forward, maybe you could go up to Sabonis and just take that safety.
Take
from Levine to SGA, and then from here to Sabonis or Anthony Davis.
Love it. A couple games left. We have Celtics, Bulls. Celtics are only favored by 3.5 points on the road, but as we know, Kemba's out, right? Or who the hell's out from this game? I don't remember.
Kemba's out, and then Tatum's back. But Tatum also hasn't played in two and a half weeks. He's been out for a minute.
Damn, he's so good. Let's go, Duke. They're terrible this year, boys. Duke is bad. The haters love to see it. That's what I'm disappointed in. And Chicago, I mean, the over is under sits at 228. I'm sure this will be a fun game. Minnesota, Golden State. Steph is favored by 8.5 points by himself, I'm pretty sure, in this game. Over under sits at 225. Adam, you already talked a little bit about it. Loving Steph tonight. Maybe take the over on his threes. Maybe they take the over on the PRAs, but plan pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the perfect spot because this is about as cheap as he's been recently. It's against a team that, shouldn't blow out the Warriors, which is still kind of a concern on a nightly basis because they're obviously not as good as they used to be. We just saw the Jazz just completely destroy them. I mean, I guess you could work like 8.5 point spread. I don't worry about. When it's double digits, I start to get a little bit concerned. 8.5. It's not like the Warriors play great defense. Both these teams are in top 5 in pace. Like, this is the best spot for Steph. I can't read what Ghost just put up.
Ghost, what did you just put up?
Holy Dwight Howard.
Yeah, he's been jumping for about an hour now.
My goodness. All right, well, we have a couple of Dwight Howard questions. I just want to get this last game in. Oklahoma City Thunder, Portland Trailblazers. Blazers favored by 5, over under of 226. I think Shea is in. I think either the chat lied to me, which chat, I love you guys, but I don't appreciate you lying to me. Adam, anyone from this game that we got to make sure we know is in and out?
Yeah, there's quite a bit in this game. Covington is out. Al Horford's still out, and then George Hill is out. So there's going to be a lot of value coming from this game. We can talk about Diallo, Isaiah Roby again. He's very matchup dependent. Like, he's shown 30 DK upside, but you got to catch him in the right spot. This with, no Covington and Cantor in the paint, this is that kind of right spot. Carmelo, I mean, if you're sitting pretty in your contest at 10 o'clock, there's a pretty good chance there's a freight train coming for you because there's going to be a lot of players in the late night games tonight.
Late night hammers. You'll love to see it. All right, back to the chat, and we're going to be off in here in about 2.5 minutes. FanDuel, GPP, Luka, Dame, SGA, Diallo, Melo, Jay Holiday, Bam, Roby, Howard. How you liking that one, Adam?
I got no issues with that one at all.
No issues at all. Drea is back. Your main lineup, Ghost, isn't a large field GPP lineup, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Thank you. Rocker wants 3 values on FanDuel. Thanks, Rock. That's super, super helpful. Adam, what do you got? 3 values on FanDuel.
Diallo, Howard, and Roby.
Bang. What do we got? FanDuel GPP. Doncic with Luca. Teague, SGA, Trent Holiday, Bam, Baisley, Joker, Adam. This is a Joker lineup.
You're missing a player.
Yeah, it doesn't. I was just gonna say it's not right.
We're at 8.
You're missing a small forward.
All right, Scott, get back to us. Oh, he posted. No, I'm confused. I'm sorry. DraftKings Cash, Kyrie, DeLon, Diallo, Grant, Adebayo, DeJounte, Roby, Howard. Switch Steph to Kyrie to fit DeJounte and none. Thoughts from none. Adam.
Kyrie was, I don't want to say scares me in cash, but he is going to be so low owned. If he does kind of flop, it could literally kill your night, because I don't think anybody's going to play him because he's 9 and Curry's $200 more. And I just think Curry's going to be a lot higher owned.
Love it. We confused some people, and I'm sorry. Is SGA out? No, he's not. The chat lied to me.
I don't know who said that in the chat.
I don't know. I think it was poor communication on my fault. I'm going to take the L. Go Tar Heels. Fuck no. Excuse my language.
Anything else you want to add to that?
No, that's about it. They suck too this year.
That's how you really feel.
They suck too this year, so it's kind of hilarious. LaMelo, Diallo, KD, MVP, OG, Bam Bam, Lonzo, Melo, Morris, Twin. God damn it. Brian, I love when you do this, but it makes my life a hell of a lot harder. So if one of you can figure that out, Adam, how do you feel about this one?
I'll just cut it off and say I'm not playing LaMelo right now. They just will not give him minutes.
So sad.
Like, I think 2 games ago, one game ago, he had like 16. I don't know. You spent the third overall pick on him, and he's shown production. I don't know. I don't get it.
I love it. Should I go down from Dame to Steph or leave it with Dame? I think we showed us this lineup before, but I forget what it was.
Yeah, I mean, cash, I'd probably still lean Steph, although if you can fit both, that's great. GPP, maybe Dame over Steph.
Dame.
It just depends on where you're at, I think.
Best approach to a large field GPP tonight, Ghost?
So I think you have to take a stand on whether you want to eat the chalk with your studs or you want to eat the chalk with the value. So you're looking at guys like Diallo, guys like Dwight Howard. They're all coming in extremely high on. Like, I'm talking, they might hit 25 to 30%, maybe even 35 when we're talking about a guy like Dwight Howard in the large field GPPs. At that point, that's where you end up playing. Like, I'll just use the example before. This is not something that I'm like recommending or not recommending. I'm just using the example because it's literally on the screen right in front of my face. Like, someone just asked, do I go Dame to Steph or Kyrie to Steph? That's a spot where you play a 5% owned Kyrie Irving over a 20% owned Dame, 20% owned Steph Curry, and hopes that he outscores both of them. So you have to decide whether you're eating chalk on value, and Diallo and Dwight Howard are by far the 2 names that come to mind right now. I'll throw Roby in that conversation as well. Teague might even get a bump in ownership right now. So you have to decide if you want to eat chalk there or you're eating chalk in your studs, but you got to get different on one extreme of the price scale or the other.
Love it. Last question.
I'm not going balanced tonight. So
last question before I have it. No. Awesome comment. Monkey Night Fight. KD over 28.5. LBJ over 24.5. Kyrie over 25.5. Harden under 24.5. Jeremy Grant, I'm assuming, over 23.5. AD over 23.5. Vooch under 22.5. Gordon Bird over 22.5. Ghost, last one.
I wouldn't put Grant in there. 23.5 is like right at his number. And Vooch, I'll never take the under.
Never.
Ever.
He's
going to go over. He shot terribly from the field yesterday, and he still dropped 24 points. He's going to get to the line a lot more tonight. It's I wouldn't be surprised to see Vooch drop at least 26.
All right, I'm sorry, I lied. Last one from Nicholas. GPP, DraftKings GPP, Luca, Jay Holiday, Diallo, Roby, AD, Chef Curry, Melo, and Giles.
Looks good to me.
We're in.
Nothing really sticks out that I'm like, oh no, don't do that. Justin Holiday might. You might be chasing that a little bit from yesterday. Don't expect another 18 and 10 game from Justin Holiday, but
love it. Lock is in 35 minutes. Ghost, where can everyone find you on the internet?
DFS_Ghost, and of course in the Win Daily Discord channel, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
I love it. All right, I'm literally going to kick you out, so you can't be here anymore. So see you later, Ghost Man. We love you. Adam, where can everybody find you on the internet?
I am at Buckin, BUCN, the number 4, and then the word life. And then just like Ghost, I'm in Discord probably a lot more than I maybe should be. We'll leave it at that.
Hey, buddy.
I mean, real life wise.
Yeah, it's fine. I read a lot in Discord. So Adam, I do need to keep you here for 1 second longer because we actually have a new sponsor alert. Bam, 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 bam. So I get to read another fun ad read. This episode of the Win Daily Sports Show, and thank you all for being here and making a lot of money with us, is sponsored by Blue Chew. Adam, are you familiar with Blue Chew by any chance?
I'm not, but I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
Buddy,
you have a terrifying grin on your face.
Ghost is having a pretty hard day right now, right? So what would be literally the best thing, second to a mojito? No, it would be better than a mojito right now. It's getting late. That's what it is, Adam. It's getting late. So let's talk about something we could all use a little bit more right now. It's sex. It's really great sex. So Adam, I think you finally know where I'm starting to go with this. Guys, you can now increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed. Listen up, bluechew.com. That's blue like the color blue. Chew.com brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. How fantastic, guys. Bluechew.com is made in the USA. It's prescribed by online. It's even cheaper than the pharmacy. And they prepare and ship it right to you in discreet packages. No awkwardness. You don't need to even leave the house. Thankfully, in this pandemic, that probably makes it a little bit better. If you could benefit from more confidence where it counts, Blue Chew is the fast and easy way to enhance your performance. Right now, we've got a special deal for all of our new listeners. Visit bluechew.com and get your first shipment free when you use our special promo code WINDAILY. Just pay $5 in shipping. Again, that's BLUEchew.com, promo code WINDAILY to try it for free. Blue Chew is the better, cheaper choice, and we thank them for sponsoring the podcast. And remember, when you support our sponsors, you help make this podcast possible. So please be sure to use our promo code WINDAILY at bluechew.com. How about that now, Adam?
There you go. Doesn't get easier than that.
Appreciate our sponsors from Blue Chew. Everybody loves to have some sex. So why not? Why not? Adam, do I have you for like 2 more seconds by any chance?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so Scott is back. SGA is in. Scott, you don't suck, but God damn it, you really scared me there for a second. Kyrie is rocking a Kobe Bryant jersey and he arrives to the arena. Praise up. Hopefully all in our thoughts, of course. The sponsorship of Male Genitalia is slightly awkward. Dude, it's a betting show. Like, I don't know, man. Like, look at demographics. It's literally my job. Look at demographics. That's what we're here for. All right, last one from Berman. Curry, none. Gordon Hayward, Green, Bam, SGA, Little, Giles? Question mark. DK, any thoughts?
I mean, in GPP, I'd be fine. I haven't looked at the model for a little bit, so Little would be the one that I would kind of maybe question there. But, we talked Hayward's going to be kind of super under the radar tonight. So if he pops off for that 50 DK, you could be sitting in a pretty good spot.
Bang, bang. Awesome. Love it. Adam already told us where you can find him at Buck N for life. You can find me at Michael Brazil 1. If you haven't already, please make sure to like that button. I think that's how it works. We really do appreciate the help. If you haven't already, windailysports.com/chat. You heard me right, Rocker, /chat. Get 7 free days in that expert Discord chat where you can ask them some questions and we can help you make some money. Thank you to everyone over here at HNB Media TV. For Adam, for our friend Ghost, who's already gone, for the chat. We love each and every one of you and appreciate you. For myself, for everyone at Win Daily Sports family, we hope you make it a very profitable Mojito Monday in the NBA.